confused and utterly taken aback. What was going on? Hey y'all, it's Kiara and I'm back with the brand new Boys Love Not. I don't think words can explain how confused it made me, but let's get straight into why I was so confused. We get introduced to a few new characters. The first being Phatsa, and this is how they introduced him and all the other important characters. Now, I'm sitting here wondering what the hell is a second sex and pheromone and why his information is missing, but as the show progresses, I'm sure it'll start making sense. He gets into a fight saving Sung, that's what I'll call him because my accent doesn't allow for his full name, and ends up leaving his contact. Then Kun and his brother are introduced as well, and I see True Alpha, Midnight Distillery, and Nocturne and Flirt. Forgive my butchering. And I'm in deep confusion at this point because what is that? They are in what seems like a bar, and Kun is hit on by a man emitting like a pink mist around him. Mind you, he rejects that real quick. And I'm like, okay, clearly you want to be left alone. Our next character is Ongsa, who has his pheromone missing too through Patsa visiting him at his shop. They get to talking about that save and they start talking alphas, betas, omegas. And I'm thinking werewolves because that's the only way I'll understand this entire situation. Being a former Wattpad reader, and I'm still confused, so I'll wait for more details. Patsa had actually been waiting for his coffee order, but grabs the wrong one, and there's like a blue mist coming out of that cup too that transfers to the cup and ends up near Nakun's nose. Then this man starts smelling it like crazy, and I'm thinking he's really weird, he's embarrassing, and that I might be onto something with this werewolf theory that I have. And I'm thinking maybe the scent signals his mate, and he is literally so obsessed with whose scent was on that cup because he goes on to have like a weird fantasy. I'll put it here. My word, it was insane. But we continue on their drive and they're intercepted by a bunch of people that they eventually kill without even finding out who sent them in the first place. Now, Kin, the brother, is telling his brother to be careful and that he also needs to find himself a wife soon because that's rich people territory and clearly their family is loaded. Enter Napich. I I'm so sorry if I'm butchering these names, but he is the delinquent Maknae who ends up in police custody, and that tells me that this character must be really misunderstood, a rebellious bad boy who's constantly embarrassing the family name, and it makes me excited for his story. Now we go back to Patsa, who meets with Sung again, and this is where they confirm my theory. He's grateful for the save because it prevented those guys who were alphas from biting him in the neck and creating a lifelong bond that is known only to be broken by one of the partners dying. He also explains the whole alpha and omega thing that originated from real werewolves. Did I not scream when I saw this? Because, yes, I knew it. But that entire race of second sexes came from when a wolf deity and a human had a child that was born with special abilities in the form of pheromones. From then on, more were made into what we know today. And then they tell us that alphas were are meant to lead. They're at the top of the food chain and they can seduce or cause others to submit. Betas are the closest to the average human in mind, instinct, and reason. And then omegas, they're the lowest and they're the ones that bear kids and are usually blessed or cursed with beauty and allure. Sung tries to catch Patsa's scent but fails and tells him that he needs to get tested for his second sex. What causes him to go and get checked is what I assumed to be heat because I guys, I was really confused. I did not understand what was going on. He looked all hot and bothered, and he was touching his pants, and he looked like he was on the verge of like freaking jerking off. He looked super horny and in a lot of pain, my word. When we reach the end, Fatsa is getting followed by people who I assume were the ones he saved Sung from, and they're probably seeking revenge. This time, he ends up being saved by Nakun, who emits like a red mist and ends up like fighting and winning no problem. Then Fatsa's blue heat emits off at that point. I literally couldn't believe it. And the show ends with him getting damn well bit. Gosh, now he's bounded to the stranger forever. I'm literally itching for episode 2, but that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed and do come back because I will be talking about episode 2. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful rest of the day or night. And until next time.